Hello everyone, today we are with Sandeep Pandir, who is a very active member of a lot of Facebook groups, but especially dailies. And incidentally, he lives just close to my house. So he shares a lot of things on the Facebook about his plants, fruit trees. So today is time to find out what he's growing, and we'll actually go through his whole garden. Sandeep, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks Bilal, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about the plants, which I talk a lot, I guess, on Facebook and with everyone. Yep.
Yeah, we'll find out what you're growing today. So just give some idea, how long have you been living on this property, how big it is, and what kind of climate you are living in?
So we bought this place back in 2011. Obviously the house was different that time, and since then we have progressed like mainly on the soil and planting the plants basically on the perimeter of the property. So the climate we are in is warm temperate. We get close to 500 plus chill hours in the winter. But seems to me the pocket I'm living in, I think it's get a little bit more chill than usual.
It does.
So
because I live very close to your house and I can't grow a lot of those things that you are growing, plums and things that I grow. So, and the soil here is clay?
So it's mainly clay. We've worked our back off to actually improve the soil in last 10-15 years, and I think the results are very promising after the hard work we have done.
And do you get frosts here as well?
Yes, we mainly July. There's hardly any day in July we don't get a frost.
Okay.
And close to 15th July. We also saw a temperature of -4 twice.
Wow!
So yes, we do get a frost.
This is crazy because I live literally I think 4 kilometers from your house, and I didn't get any frost in the last 4 years. And the lowest I can go is like 2 degrees. Not -4, never.
No, we had twice -4 in the last since we were leaving this property.
Why is that? Is it because I think the backside of your house has some open reserve?
I think there's two things happening. When you see the topology of this, especially this area, it's actually bends down. It's kind of a valley, and then plus there's a lot of open space in the back, and there's hardly any trees in the back. And I think the wind just acts as a tunnel here, so it gets really cool down in the winters.
Yeah. Which is good for a lot of stone fruits, but not so good for the tropical fruits.
I tend to be a little bit disagree there. With little TLC, yes, you can. Look, I've been growing tropical here as well. If you protect them, like especially in the July with the covering and everything, I think you're still in that marginal area where you can grow. But yes, it's not easy. But
July is the coldest. Like you have to protect your things.
100%. Like I usually start from June all the way to late August, but July is the one I should be always looking.
And how big is this area?
So this land size is 570 square meter. So obviously now the house is bigger. Before it was actually I have more garden. Let me rephrase. I have more grass. Now I have the same number of plants which I had in the old house, but the grass has gone down.
And how did you get into growing fruit trees? Why waste so much time on these fruit trees?
There's two things. I've been growing a lot of vegetables as well. The fruit trees, there's two reasons. First thing is I want to bring back some of the fruits that I used to eat as a child, so which you don't get in Australian market. For example, I got the Jamun tree here, I got the Shatut, mulberry there, Guava varieties, and then I got mangoes, which is Indian varieties as well. So primary reason is to eat something that's I'm not getting here. And then I also realized that there's climate for other fruit trees which really do well, and you can buy in the market obviously, but you can't beat the taste when you pick their own. For example, your oranges, mandarins, stone fruits, so they taste fantastic if you pick them just right from the tree.
All right, so we'll go around and see what trees you are growing. Let's go through the things that you're growing. So maybe start from this side.
So, like I mentioned, the whole point of having the trees on the corner is we get all the sunlights and no obstruction from the trees to anyone. And plus, I think it gives that a greener look, more like a resort look to the house. So I always plant on the corners. So I started. So for example, this corner, I got the Jamun here, which is also called Jambolan tree. This tree I actually bought long back from Delhi's in 2014 or 15, but it was in a pot. Never see the ground. But when we reconstructed the house, I had a good crepe myrtle here, which was damaged by the construction. So I pulled it out and seized my chance to put this one in. And here you go. It's only 1.5 years, and it's really loving this place.
Massive tree.
Yeah.
So Jambolan plum.
Jambolan plum. So
And obviously it's a seedling, right?
it's actually not a seedling. It's actually
Cutting
grown.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
from the Delhi's. Yes.
Okay. All right. I think the current ones they sell is normally seedlings.
Maybe, I'm not sure, but
okay.
yeah, this is was from there. Then if you move along, then I got some fruit trees. So I got the apple, which is actually a dual apple. It's called the Gala and the
So
pink
that's
lady.
apple. That's at the
So
one
it's
at
actually
the back.
the behind. Yeah. It's been hit. It's been over. So the Jamun has overtaken over it, but yeah.
How's it growing? the
It's going
apples?
good. Every year I get decent 10 to 15 fruits.
Okay.
This year I think what we had is everyone knows the August, right? In Sydney especially, we had really hot days in August,
Yeah,
which
we had a
actually
heat
has
wave.
damaged lot of the flowers
Yep.
at that time.
And sorry, what variety was it? The apple?
So this is Gala and Pink Lady.
Gala, pink lady on
Yeah,
same
on the
rootstock.
same one.
Okay,
Yes.
All right.
So I grafted obviously the Gala onto it. It was a Pink Lady.
Okay.
Then I got this.
Apricot.
So this is apricot. I tried various apricots in this climate, all failed. I know Bulida here. That's do fantastic. For me,
Bulida.
yeah,
Bulida apricot. Okay.
that's do fantastic. And then this is a Fireball, which is supposed to be a low chill one. So I recently planted this one last year, and let's see if.
And how old is the Bulida one?
So
Because it's quite a big
Bulida is actually 7 years old.
7 years old.
So I planted it when my son was born.
Mm-hmm.
Bear in mind, because of the heavy construction work around here, it has taken a significant damage, but now it's bouncing back.
Okay.
Yeah. And then on this side, this is from childhood memories. I got these custard apples.
Custard apple.
Right. So I got two varieties here: African Pride and Paxton
African
Prolific.
Pride and sorry, Paxton Prolific.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Paxton Prolific has significantly flowered every year, and last year it fruited. We had close to 9 fruits,
Okay.
and they were decent size, very sweet, and I think this is a keeper. I haven't tried the African Pride yet.
So you would recommend Paxton Prolific if someone is to grow?
Oh, look, to be honest, it ticks everything.
Okay.
Right? It fruits here, by its own, in Sydney, bigger fruit. Right? What else you want?
And for custard apples, I think you need to do the hand pollination. Is that
Well, I've been reading a lot about it, and trust me, I didn't do anything.
okay?
Right? I think the Mother Nature is doing it. I think if you have a healthy garden without any chemical spray, trust me, you have a lot of the things that will a lot of the insects will pollinate your stuff.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good. And sorry, the African Pride, how is it doing?
So it's going good. It just took a little bit of hit because of the frost. So but look, it's coming back. I wanted to prune it to the shape I want, but because of damage, I didn't touch it. One thing I just always do is, if you see my whole garden, right, I never let grow any tree more than 8 feet high. That's where I can reach.
2 to 3 meters.
Yeah. So and then I never let it go more than 6 to 7 feet wide,
Okay.
because I don't want to use a ladder to cover it. I don't want it to go overgrown and just take over the garden. And plus, I don't think I need like a fruit to sell to the market. All I need for my family.
Yep.
So the size is the key.
Yep.
I understand it's sometimes a constant work, but it pays in a big way.
Okay. All right. Moving on. So
Yep.
this was the one side of the front yard. Let's go to the backyard.
So
We have the dragon fruit.
well, yes. So I got the dragon fruits here. It's flowering now. So I got 4 different varieties here. So 2 of them is purple spot and pink panda. So both of them are flowering, and I hope this time they cross pollinate each other. Last year I had only Scott purple, which was not self pollinating, so I had no fruit. But on this side I got the white pearl, which was given by a good friend Edward, if everyone knows Edward, right?
Edward in
from
Carlingford.
Carlingford,
We'll go to his garden soon.
yeah, and then that one had 2 fruits last year. Amazing. And then I got the common red on the back, which maybe flower this year. So this.
Which one is this?
So this is an avocado tree which I grown from the seed. I had I had a plans to do some grafting skills on this one, but what I realized is, come summer, it just doesn't like the heat.
Yeah,
and,
avocados don't like
and it's very hard to find the grafts.
You can take grafts from me.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
Yeah.
trees, avocados,
Yeah, so this is a little greenhouse I used
as
to.
much as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a little greenhouse I use to propagate plants. So I do a lot of grafting and a lot of seedlings things.
What do we have in the greenhouse?
So that's
a mango?
yeah, that's a mango. So the plan is to graft on the branches, but yeah. So comes spring and late winter, I usually fill this one with plants I want to propagate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So this section of the house, this is all newly planted trees.
I love how neat it is. Like, you know, you have the grass separately and there is a boundary, and then on the right side you have everything.
Yeah. So the plan is to have both the values, the aesthetic value and the productive
Yep.
value. So this whole, if you see the landscape design, it's all
Yep.
done by me. Obviously, I bring the contractor to do it for me, but the design I make is to make sure that we have grass to play for children, and then for me to play with my plants on this side.
Yep. No, that's good.
So this whole section from this whole row is actually planted in 2022,
Okay.
and it's a fairly new plantation. But trust me, this is already giving me fruits.
Okay. So everything here is planted after you made the.
Yes,
Okay.
after the construction of the new house. So this is all planted somewhere around March 2022.
Okay, so that's like just over 2.5 years.
Yes,
And this is.
and you
like,
can see the like
you are pruning things. This is being pruned already.
yeah. So I do 3 prunings in a year. So one I do at the end of the spring, which is 30th of November. So that's this one, and then I do a second pruning at the end of summer, which is late February, and then I do just minimal pruning in winters. So I have 3 prunings in a year to keep the size small and reachable.
So what do we have here? What's
So we
this
got
first
so we got this is called Almond All-In-One.
Okay, almond. Yep.
So
daily salad.
yeah, so it hasn't started fruiting, but I can see there's the
And this is
buds started to form.
self-pollinating, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So that's self-pollinating. And then moving on, we got 3 cherries. So they are low chill cherries.
Okay.
So I got the mini royal.
This is a mini royal.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then got the royal Lee,
Royal
Lee.
Lee.
Lee, and then I got the royal crimson.
Royal Crimson.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and in between, if you see, I just use the space to plant something productive.
Some veggies.
Yeah. So I got the chilies here, some hydrangea, cause the shade there for my wife to collect some flowers, and then I got the.
And are these cherries fruiting already?
So they had fruit, yes.
Okay.
So they fruited, but this year because of August again, I had significantly reduced the flowers because of the heat. But last year we had close to, well, not much, but around 200 grams each, maybe.
So in late winter or early spring, if we get a heat wave, that affects.
That definitely has
flowering for a
affected
lot of
because
fruit trees.
they flowered in my region. They flowered in early August to mid August, and at that time, if something goes wrong in temperature, especially heat, I don't think they like it.
Yeah.
The other thing I must say about the cherries, which I learned the hard way, I used to have them on the other part of the house before, and I don't think they like the full sun, like especially the western sun. So this year, that's why I planted. This time I planted on this side, where they get close to like 6 to 7 hour maximum of sun. But on the other spot, they were getting like cooked.
That is a very important point. Like when people see, oh, it needs to be in full sun,
Yeah.
they leave it in Australian sun for full day, and things just die.
Yep.
They won't grow. So we need to be careful with this, stone fruits and even tropical fruits, to make sure like they are placed in maximum 5-6 hours, not more than that.
Yeah,
Especially
so
the afternoon sun, western
I
sun.
think that's the case where, especially with the cherries, I understood, and the persimmon. That's a different story. That's
Persimmon, we have a whole different section about it.
That's a whole different point on persimmons. Yes. So moving on,
Right.
I got the flowers.
Low
as
chill
well.
cherries and then flowers.
Yeah, and then I got these are the 2 persimmons. Many people would know already. I have been growing persimmon from last 15 years with no success. Right.
15 years, no success.
No success.
Okay.
I managed to kill more than 12 persimmon grafted plants.
My God, they
Right.
are expensive.
I know, and that's. But I just gave up on them. Then 2 years back, I planted the seeds from
Okay, so
persimmon.
these 2 are seedlings. Okay.
They are 2 seedlings, and the plan is when they're good enough to big enough, I will graft on them.
Okay.
Yep. And then on the back I got the boysenberry.
Yep, boysenberry.
And it's
That's
fruits
very nice.
every year.
Very nice.
My kids love them. Everyone loves
Yep.
them, including the birds.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone loves them. And then moving on, I got this.
Black Sapote.
So I got the black Sapotes. So I
Look
got two.
How shiny the leaves are.
Yep. So I got the two varieties, Berniker and Mossman. Look, they've been flowering a lot since they've been planted here.
And they are different trees or same?
Yeah, so there's two different trees. So if you see this section, most of them you'll see they're dual plantation.
Okay. To help with the pollination
Yeah,
and everything.
so help with the pollination.
So Berniker and Mossman.
So Berniker and Mossman. And I've been asking a lot of questions on this one on the Facebook too. And people suggesting me to be patient.
So we see these flowers. What is the status of these flowers? Like, are they pollinated already?
No, they're all gonna drop. Like, to be honest,
already.
they're all gonna drop. So this is the one that's open up like this.
Okay.
So I even tried to hand pollinate with one with another, but look, I had no success.
And they're flowering at the same time, but you're not getting any success
yes,
at the moment.
but some of the good gardeners have advised me have to be patient.
Okay.
It's still very young.
How old are these trees?
So this is 3 years ground time.
Okay.
And before, because it's from Delhi, I think they're already in the pot for maybe 1 year somewhere.
So 4 years.
So but the ground time is 3 years.
Okay.
And they have, I think they like it here.
No, the trees are looking extremely healthy.
And again, this is the area where I only got 6 to 7 hours of sun, and I have to cover them in winter because of the wind. The tunneling effect comes.
Okay.
Then moving on, I got two. This is dual again.
This is the white Sapote.
This is the white Sapote. So I got the Vernon, and I got the Chris.
Have you tasted the white Sapote?
Not yet.
Okay, I just tasted it from Josie Bong up in Pomegranates. This fruit is worth the hype. This is literally like eating a custard made of mango, banana and pineapple.
Well, I can assure you, more than me, my kids are waiting for these fruit trees, the white Sapote and the white black Sapote.
So good.
So this year it flowered, but look, and it went to fruit like maybe a $10 size. And then it dropped because again, look, August this year was very, very harsh in terms for the plants. And I've been told that this is going to flower throughout the year, and let's see what happens in the future. Yeah, but it's good. I have, look, if you see,
so beautiful. They are
I have
very healthy trees.
I have done a pruning on it as well 2 months back, but in just 2 months, look at the growth.
Yeah,
it's just
they are shooting.
They're shooting. Yeah, and then I got zucchini in between. I just planted some veggies, and then I got this is 2 mandarins.
Okay.
So this one is a forer.
Okay.
And this one is, I can't remember the name, I have to check.
Okay, so 2 different ones.
2 different ones. They fruits well. They fruits really well. And can you imagine, they're only 2 years old. That's it.
Wow.
And they, like, no dramas.
Yep.
Moving on, so I got guava, which we love all. And I got 2 guavas side by side. So I got the China pear. And then I got
loaded with fruits.
Yeah. So as you know, I always put the video for the pruning of the guavas.
Yep.
A lot of people ask me why you need it. We don't do it and we still get the fruits. But check it out, right? Look at the fruit, right? So this is all because of the pruning.
What do you recommend? Like if some branches have already fruited, you want to remove them?
So this is what I learned back home in India, the pruning for the guava, right? So comes May in North India.
May, okay, that's June, July. Okay, May is the spring.
So May is actually start of the summer there.
Okay.
So what they do is they do the pruning. How the pruning works is they bring down, they cut all the branches to half, which is pencil size. They strip every leaf and leave it bare. No water for another month. And then when they start shooting, so the new branch when come, the second or third node will always have a fruit. So if you see, I pruned here, comes the 2 branches. So I got the 1, 2, third node fruit, right? So if you see other ones, 1 node, 2 node, 3 node fruit.
Okay. So for Australia, it will be end of November, December?
So no, because I try to do end of November as well in my area. Look, I'm talking about my area, right? If I do that one, it's too late. Comes the winter, then the fruit doesn't grow much and it doesn't ripe much. So what I found is I started doing this one now on 1st of August.
1st of August, okay. End
So
of
if
winter.
you see, this was pruned on 1st of August, and then in November it start to flower. So and then around Easter time.
So you need that spring growth to be out before flowering starts.
That's right.
Okay.
So that's how it works. So third node or second node. Some varieties comes on second node, some on third node.
Okay.
So what it does is it significantly reduces the size of your tree. The second thing is you get a bigger fruit. Like I still got 3 here. I'm gonna prune them obviously. I'm gonna chop, like I'm gonna cut the half of them, and then you have a bigger, tastier fruit.
So what are we looking at? Let's say we.
So for example, this one. So I'll chop these 2 out. So I'll leave one only here.
Okay, so this one will remain and the side ones will be out.
So every branch I'll leave 1 fruit.
Okay, all right.
And that way, this fruit size, you'll see, you'll be amazed. It's gonna go bigger.
Bigger and tastier.
Tastier, yep.
So, sorry. So this is a white flesh.
Yeah, they both are white flesh.
Okay.
And then I also grafted, like if you see, I don't know if you can see from the bottom. So I've grafted another one there, which is an Indian one, Indian guava. So most of the tree, if you see here, I have actually, to extend the harvest period.
Yes.
I have grafted multiple varieties on.
So instead of like planting multiple trees, you just use the main tree you already have.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I start with always 2 trees in one hole, which is a concept which I learned from Fleming's and Dave Wilson Nursery from US, right?
Yes.
So I use this concept because in urban environment, we want to have maximum varieties and extended harvest time.
Yep.
So the one way to do it, plant 2-3 plants in one hole.
Yep.
So that's I've been doing it, and it's very successful.
That's great.
So if you come further, so I got these mangoes, right? So this is the Indian mango Chaunsa from our dear friend
Edward.
No,
Asher Mole.
Asher Mole is a fantastic guy, lot of knowledge, and he's always available if you want any help. He's always there.
Yep.
So I got this mango from his Chaunsa, and look, he's not gonna like it. He told me to rip every fruit off it. I just kept one.
Yep. You can see one fruit.
So, because I really wanted to taste this one, and I just it had like 6 or 7 fruit this year.
Any reasons to plant it here?
So there's 2 reasons. If you see, this is a corner. Mango gonna go big little bit. So I wanted to have a space where it's not obstructing anything. The second thing is because this when it's grow up and we have a sun, that east is that side, west is that side. So this mango will get sun all day, and it'll be in a heat all day. So it wants to go over the fence. So and then that way I can have it on the corner, have my fruits, full sun, everything ticked. It's not overshading anything on other.
And they love the heat.
They love the heat. And so this is, if you see this one, right? I planted these 3 mangoes. They're very close by.
Yep.
A lot of people have questioned me why. Because I learned this one back in India. They have this high density plantation of mangoes. And the way they do it is they plant, the row is, so tree to tree is 3 feet only, right? And then if you see, I have these 3 plants, they're all 3 feet apart. So I'm trying to do it in a high density way. And the way they prune it is they make a ratio of 3 branch, then 2 branch, then 3 branch, then 2 branch. Not more than that. So if you see, I've been pruning them in a way where I'm going to have the same structure, 3, 2, 3, 2. And I will only let it go till 8 to 10 feet, and that's it. After that, everything will be chopped off.
What's with the papayas?
So this is dual purpose I'm doing with papaya. Again, I think it gives a little bit of forest feel to this area, and it protects it from the frost in the, in the winter.
Yep.
So that's other thing. So by the time it's strong enough and big enough, then probably papaya to be removed.
Yep.
But this is just a piggy bank. I'm using it. I'm using it to protect my mangoes.
Are you eating the papayas as well?
Not ripe, because comes winter when they are big enough to ripe, the winter temperature doesn't let them to ripe.
Yeah.
And they get fungus.
Yes.
So instead my wife started using them as raw, and we've been cooking them
salad
as raw.
or something. Yeah.
So we use them.
Okay.
So moving on, this is the
Yep.
This is the horseshoe I made.
Patch.
Yep. So this is a veggie patch, and I grow lots of seasonal vegetables in here. Yep. So I got tomatoes, basil, eggplants, chilies, and then okras. So the whole point is I don't grow which I don't eat. For example, if I don't like a vegetable, I will never grow. I will only grow vegetables or fruit that I like. This so all these are seasonal, and I think they're more than enough for a family. Even our 2-3 plants will do wonders to the family for the season.
Wow. All right. To the next one, pomegranates.
So I got pomegranates here. So I got 2 side by side, as you know, whole my garden is like that. So I got the wonderful, and then I got that's the Pafianca. And I must say, if someone wants to have a pomegranate, they should have it.
Pafianca?
Yeah, Pafianca is the one, right?
Not wonderful.
Look, the wonderful people will kill me, but what I tell you, Pafianca taste is superb. It's much more better than the wonderful. And also I have grafted other varieties onto it. I got, like, you can't see the graft, but it's there. It's Rosavia, and then I got
Azerbaijani, Elchi.
Yeah, Elchi. I got the Molody Elchi and Azerbaijani as well. So I got 3 more, but they're still young, and maybe in a year or 2 they will take off too. So, and this year again, August was a bit tricky, but I still managed to have around 15 fruits on the Pafianca, and I think 6 or 7 on the wonderful this year. Yep. And then here I got these 2 trees, which is again side by side. This is the first trees that I planted in one hole back in 2013. So this is a Louisa plum.
Oh, plum, Louisa plum.
Louisa plum, and that's Spicezee nectar plum. And they both fruit really well. A hit in my house, both of them.
Yep.
So
the fruit a little bit.
They've been fruiting very well. I'm going to see. You can see from here. I don't know. Do you want to open it?
Yep. Nicely protected.
So look, I don't spray chemicals, so I need to protect them against, especially against the fruit flies and then the birds. So and I found there's no other way you can protect your food except exclusive netting.
No other way.
Right? Yep. There's no other way. Don't spend your money on anything else.
Nope.
Just on a good netting. So this is Louisa plum, and
apparently it's one of the tastiest plums.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best, and it's self-pollinating.
Yep.
You can manage it like really low height, and then you can use it when it's just ripe or fully ripe. So you can eat from all the way from just ripe to fully ripe.
So that is a big issue with plums, right? You have to have a pollination partner, and they should be flowering at the same time.
Not with this one. So not with this one.
That's great. That's
great. And other thing is, it's a very strong tree. I mean, I have successfully air laid this tree and planted it into my cousin's house, and it's doing wonderful there too. And it roots very, very quickly onto for your air laying as well.
Yep.
So
this is a plum that is recommended.
Yeah.
All right.
So I got these. So I got the apples. A lot of people thought apple can't be grown in this Sydney area. So I got 5 varieties on this one. So I got Gala, Fuji, Pink Lady, Opalescent, and Granny Smith.
On a single
tree. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I bought it first, it was only Gala and Fuji. Then slowly start grafting onto the same tree. So this one is as an Aspelia. I don't know if you can see.
Because it's not coming out at all.
Yeah, so
and I can see it's loaded with apples.
So it's loaded with apples, and I trained it in an Aspelia. So I got the branches on this side is 2 varieties, and branches on that side is 2, and then in the middle there's one which is a different one.
Any issues with apples, disease or insects apart from fruit fly?
Bush rats.
Bush rats?
Yes.
Okay.
So my problem is, because I don't know, maybe because there's a reserve on the back.
Yep, there's a good.
What I found with them is bush rat is the problem. I obviously have to bait them, but apart from that there's nothing. And I can assure you, there's nothing best apple for me than Fuji. When
Fuji.
it's ripe, it's probably the sweetest, honeyest apple you'll ever eat.
All right, Fuji is the
Fuji is the
recommended.
one, and then there's one more tree which is hidden in the back. No one knows. It was given to me by Flemings as a gift. It's called Waltz. It's a columnar apple. It tastes fantastic, but I think that's probably likes more cold.
Do you buy directly from Flemings?
No, actually there was a competition back in 2016-17 where you have to enter, and they were giving 4 or 5 trees to whoever won or something. And I won that year, and I got 5 trees. So one of them was here. One of them is the Waltz in the back here. So yeah, but it has fruited 2 or 3 times only, but I think that's because of the cold. It may needs more cold.
Yeah.
And then here I got this. Coming
That's
up.
a
So
pear.
that's a pear. Again, if you see these white marks, these are all the grafts. I have been look. I'm a garden graft freak probably.
Yep.
So I got the original pears I have here is Peckham and Williams, which again fruits really well.
Peckham and Williams. Okay.
Yeah, they fruit really well.
Okay.
Like if you see their chill hours more, but I think it fruits well here for me. Then on the top of that, I grafted some low chill pears. I think this is Florida Home.
Florida Home. Okay.
I think it's Florida Home. Or yeah, I think it's Florida Home. And then I got some graft from old friend Edward, and I put Hosui on the top.
Sorry, which one on top?
Hosui. So see, so it's a nashi pear.
Okay.
This year I was attacked
Which
by
one have you found to be the best tasting yet?
Look, they're all good, but I think Peckham is probably better, and William is second. to
Peckham
that.
is the commercial one, right?
Yes,
You
so
will
I
find
think
it.
that is much better. Look, no offense to Florida Home, they do fruit, but look, if you're in a margin area, maybe you try it, but no, I'm not a fan of Florida Home. But the nashi pear, the Husui, if it's sweet, like you let it go to extent to have a sweeten on the tree, it's just there too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then moving on, I got again plums. So this is 2.
You like your stone fruits?
I love stone fruit because they grow so good here,
Yeah.
right? And then
And kids also like them.
and then you can use them, like if you have enough, you can give to friends and family. You can preserve them, dehydrate them, make them into a jam. There's versatile use you can do.
Yep.
And
So what do we have here?
so we got 2 plums here. Actually, there's actually 3 here
On a single tree?
on a single tree.
Bloody hell.
So I got Mariposa,
Mariposa, okay.
Satsuma,
Okay, Japanese
yeah,
again.
and then this is another one which is called Sumptuous from Flemings.
Scrumptious, yep.
Yeah,
That is the plum hybrid?
Yes, that's the one. So that's on this side,
Uh-huh.
on the corner. There's a single one. Then I got a dual there. And this, if you see this leaf, is from Sumptuous.
Yeah, that's the
So that's a
red
different
leaves.
one. And look, maybe end of December, early January, they will be ready to be harvested.
Okay, end of the summer.
End of
is
December.
right in the middle of
Yeah.
summers.
Yeah.
Good.
And then I got figs here. So these are 3 different figs. I got the RDB, which is a small fig. Then I got the Diana, which is a bigger fig. And then I got the Preston Prolific.
Yep.
So they're all in
Not
there.
much love for figs.
I have.
poor guys are in the
I
bags.
know it's just there. I wanted to move them to a different position, but then I seem to keep forgetting them.
What do we have here?
So I got this here. This is the good old Gulf Gold,
Gulf Gold. Yeah.
and it it's
Low chill plum.
Oh yeah, it's almost ready now. And
All right, this Gulf varieties versus the what do you call the Japanese varieties?
yeah.
So apparently you're not a big fan of these guys. Is
So
that correct?
so if you compare with them, Gulf never disappoints.
Okay.
It always put a good show in spring.
Mhm.
It fruits bites on heavily. It's less than 5 meters. I can keep it small as I can, and it just never disappoints in fruiting as well, right? No dramas. But if you ask me the taste wise, I think I still prefer blood plum than the Gulf. But it's by all no means I love it too. It's probably I will give it 19 and I'll give 21 to that. That's the only.
So this one is self-pollinating.
Yes,
because on Daily's page I see
it's partial, but it's good. The one thing I'm doing it is I actually had a plum seedling which I grown called Queen Garnet, which I got it from Woolies, the fruit. I love that one, and I planted a seed. It's just there with those Louisa plum, and it has two fruits on it now. The good thing is when this flower, that is flowering. So I'm going to use these two. I'm probably for pollinating. But yeah, going back to the Gulf, look, I don't mind it, but I think blood plum is better than this. But but don't take away Gulf glory away. It's still there.
Reliable plum.
Yep. And then
I got
I got the Angel Low Chill peach, which
I'm cutting it down. Not a big fan.
I have to be agree there with you. Even I am not a big fan of it. I'm just trying to find a suitable replacement. Once I have it, I'll probably do the same.
Yep.
It's just not there. I mean, like, it's just not.
There are just too many good options available. So you know, it's not bad. It's just that we have limited space and we want to grow the best. And peaches are not a problem with seeding. So
no, 100%. Hence said that I tasted this. This is a black boy peach, Indian peach. So I tasted this peach actually in New Zealand, and I loved it. And I was lucky enough to find this one last year, and I planted this.
So we have the black boy peach in front, and then we have the angel peach at the back.
So what this I'm doing it here is I'm doing a three plant in a row, 3 plant in a hole kind of scenario. So if you see, they're all close to each other, and they seem to be having the same flowering pattern as well. So and I can net them over at the same time.
All right. Next one is
so this one is
citrus.
So this is the citrus. So this one is Tahitian lime.
Tahitian lime. Yep.
So this is the only tree which is from the old owner in the house. It flowers fruits really well, except there's bronze bugs, right?
The stinky bugs.
The stinky bugs. So bronze bugs. My neighbor, they probably have no time to manage their citrus trees.
If you have.
And this year, I mean,
tree is not looking very happy.
It's devastating to see. I had millions on mine because of my neighbor.
I can see some of the bugs there.
Is not controlling them. So I've been getting a lot of this year.
The Tahitian lime is not happy.
And as you know me, I'm addicted to grafting.
I can see some grafts.
So this tree already has a graft. This is a Mandarin graft, and then the back section of the tree is actually not a lime. It's actually Washington navel, which I grafted a few years back. So on an average, I get a decent harvest of oranges as well on this tree. Moving on, I got the fig trees here.
So these are fig tree there at the back,
and it's loaded with figs. You can see. So this one is called Blue Provenance.
Blue Provenance.
And I have another again multiple grafts going on to it. I got the tiger fig, Italian honey, black Tuscan.
Which one would you say is reliable and good tasting?
No one gonna like it, but I tell you, a Blue Provenance for me is really good. I mean, and it fruits well here. Without any issue. It tastes well. It's a late variety.
How much are we looking at? Because there are fruits right now. So when will they be ready?
March is the one when they start.
March, good fruits.
But I know there's hundreds good out there.
There are a lot of people who love figs, and there are a lot of varieties. But for home gardeners, you need something that is reliable and good tasting.
For me, Blue Provenance is probably the best. And then after that, I don't mind Black Genoa as well. So that's you can't.
Black Genoa, brown turkey, these things are just so reliable.
So this is another my sore point. This is a cotton candy
Cotton candy peach. Oh no, this is a combination
apricot,
hybrid.
yeah. So this is interspecific apricot, cotton candy. I think I'm gonna chop it down, but
Why?
because this tree has never done fruiting for me.
Flowered?
Flowered profusely.
Mm.
There is millions of flowers every time, but never goes to fruit.
Mm.
I have done all the tick boxes in my gardening diary, which I have. I have consulted many people, but something is maybe it's not liking it here and never goes to fruit.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
It's quite a
it's a very
big
healthy tree. Yeah,
very vigorous.
it's a big tree. So the plan is to graft some other apricot varieties onto it, which I already did 1 or 2, which I took from the
So
school.
you will be grafting apricot on it?
Yes.
Because
so
it's an
in- so
apricot
the-
and plum hybrid?
No, so this is the apricot hybrid already onto it. There's a school here nearby which has an apricot tree and it's loaded with fruit every year. So I took a scion this year after asking obviously the teachers, and then I grafted onto it. So this is that branch, and I will let this one grow, and maybe I'll check if there is any other low chill varieties.
So
which
maybe a
can-
couple of different
yeah.
grafts. Yep. No, that's
And
good.
then I got this mango here.
Mango?
Yeah, this is a grafted mango. This is the hottest spot in my garden. So this is where it's cooked all day. Western sun never show mercy on this spot. It's like that. So, and I think mango is probably a best spot.
Yep.
And the best spot for this.
Yep.
And hopefully.
Did you graft it yourself?
No, I bought it from someone. So this and it's. So I planted this one in the old way, how we used to do it back home, like a 3x3 hole. Then you put soil from top to bottom, other way around, mixing with manure. Leave it there for a few weeks, and then add a lot of what do you call it?
Organic matter?
Organic matter into it. Settle it down, water it down, leave it for a month, and then put the plant. So that's how I did it, and I think it's
gonna
gonna love it. It's gonna love it. Hopefully, finger crossed. This is some
dwarf, super dwarf, peach or nectarine, whatever you
super.
call it.
Actually, this is both.
Yeah.
I used to have 2 here, but because of the construction, the nectarine was damaged. So I grafted the nectarine
How
onto the
is
plant.
the taste of this guy?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. The peach is big, and the skins peel so very easily. It's mild. It's not sweet. It's still edible. So it's not bad, and it's early variety. When there's no peach around, this one gives you the peach in November.
Oh, this is early variety,
Yes.
November. Okay.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah. So, but the nectarine is actually ripe somewhere in January. So I still got nectarine onto it. I don't know if you can see. So there's nectarines here.
Yep.
So there's nectarines here. So they will ripe close to January mid.
Okay.
Right, and then these
All right, the treasure.
Yeah, the
the
Well-
fruit tree everyone is looking for.
the big dent in the wallet is this one. So I got 2 of the jujubes.
Jujubes.
Right? Absolutely lovable fruit. Right? No offense. Mine is the thorns. If you can see my hand, it's just.
First of all, tell me, like, is it worth the hype? I haven't tasted the jujube here, but it is like very expensive. The grafted ones.
I think the fruit is really good, but I don't justify the price of the plant. It's a really good fruit, no maintenance, a keeper, right? But you have to be watchful of the thorns, right? It's very sharp thorns,
These are the
and
thorns, yep.
yeah, they're big and they damage you very hard. So it's a keeper, but the price, people are selling it.
If you were to doing something today, starting from today, would you grow jujubes?
Yes,
You will.
yes.
Okay.
The good thing about jujubes, when there's no fruit around, jujube ripes.
So when
So
does
they
it
go
ripe?
into late autumn,
late autumn. Okay.
Right.
Almost winters.
and then you can harvest them and you can store them without fridge for many days. Like they have a bigger shelf life. You dry them. I think they can go for years.
Okay. So
That's how I've
dried
been reading.
you can use
Yeah.
as snacks.
Yeah, they can go for years.
So what varieties you have?
So I got the Lee
Lee,
and the honey jar.
honey jar.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you ask me, I think honey jar is probably the best.
And they're all self-pollinating, right?
They are both self-pollinating, and these are again I planted next to each other. You know.
Oh, that's good. They look very healthy and happy.
Yeah. So this again is same. I planted them same in 2022.
Okay.
So they're not that.
So this is all growth from 2022.
Yes. And they were really tiny stick when they came.
Yep.
So.
Nah, they look really good. I have no idea. I haven't tasted the fruit.
Maybe once it's ripe, I'll probably call you and
I
have
don't
it.
know, but yeah, these are very popular at the moment.
Yep.
And all right, moving on, we have the star fruit.
So we got the star fruit in there. I got 2 star fruits. This is called honey B12, something like that. And then I got the other one at the back. It's called Kerry.
Kerry, yep. That's the famous seedling.
Yeah, that's the one here, right? The Kerry.
This is the guava.
So this is guava. This is Indian guava.
Oh, this is everything in pots.
So this is all pots here.
Okay.
So this is all pots, and I got some. This is the where I do my. This is all the plants where I do grafting and leave them to harden off. So the process starts in the greenhouse. So once they have taken off the grafts, I bring them to semi-sun position, where they nurture and they then.
And you have some grapes at the back.
So I got the grapes. So this is I got this from Delhi. It's called black seedless Maru.
Maru cedar, yep.
Yep, and then it fruits well.
Disease resistant?
Yeah, it fruits well. I have some here, but the birds been picking them now. So I got few here.
Almost ready, I can see the color.
Yeah, they started ripe, and maybe in a week or 2 they all go black. It's a very good table grape. Yep. I would recommend that.
And grapes are like so great because you have all these things growing here, but at the same time you have grapes growing at the back.
Yeah.
So they're not taking any space. Like you have the wires to train them.
Yes.
They will just do their thing.
And I, like I mentioned before, if I can't reach anything, I prune it.
Yep.
That's it. So I have enough bunches here which can cater for the family, and that's all I need. So this section here is all
nursery.
Yeah, it's all the plants I've been grafting, and for friends and families. Some cuttings taken in the winter. You can't have a house without a curry leaf, right? So instead of a ground I have in a pot, I think that's sufficient for my family in a pot.
It goes very well.
Yeah, it goes very well. Okay, this section here, if you see the corner.
Okay, so we are looking at a very small, tiny strip.
Yep.
Along the fence.
So this is the east side of the property.
Okay.
And I specifically acidify the soil.
Okay.
For berries. So this patch all the way minus 2 meters is actually all acidic.
Did you bring in the new soil?
Yes. So I brought a lot of
sulfur,
peat moss, sulfur, and sand mixed with compost to have this soil well drained, acidic, and suitable for acid loving plants. So I got the blueberries. Yep. So I got 3 blueberries here. Then I got the Daphne, which is like probably the best perfume flower you'll find. Daphne, yeah. Okay. So the Daphne, which actually in front of the windows.
Yep.
So this is the Daphne. Yeah. So when it flowers, I open the window, the fragrance go inside.
And Daphne would be acidic plant.
Yeah, they all like acidic. They all like acidic soil. Then I got 2 more blueberries here.
Nali or
yeah, and then I got the Daphne again. Hydrangeas, they also like the acidic soil and the shade. Right. And then I got all the way from there. I got this
raspberry.
one here. So this one is Atherton. This is the first time I'm growing it. Atherton raspberry. No, they got thorns. Okay, so I have never tasted them, but I heard they were a good performer. Let's find out. Then I got low chill raspberries, mainly Heritage and Autumn Bliss.
Okay.
So, and they all fruit really well. There is no problem in like fruiting. They all fruit very well, and they self-pollinating.
Now we move to the star of the show. We need to spend a couple of hours just discussing persimmons.
Yes.
So, Sandeep, please tell us how you were able to finally crack the code on persimmons.
So this is my success story.
I've killed 4 as well, so I'm not.
So this is my success story, I guess. Touch wood. So what I found with what I was found with persimmons before is they have a spring growth and they never grow after that. Comes the summer.
Same. Yep.
The sun somehow dehydrates them, even though you water them regularly, and they started to lose leaves and they eventually die. So what I started thinking is, in the beginning, maybe I'm underwatering, overwatering, sun, all those components. So when we build this house again, so this patch, what I did, I dig up all the soil here and have 60% sand and compost 40% mixed with some natural soil. So, but 60% sand and perlite, and I put everything together here. So it's a lot of drainage with organic matter and sand. This area only gets sun for maximum 4 to 5 hours, right? Once
morning sun,
morning sun, right? Afternoon it gets shade.
Okay.
Once it will go past the fence line, maybe we'll get an hour more sun.
And by that time it will be more hardy,
right? It's more hardy, and you can see in the summer as well. In the middle of summer, it has big green leaves.
Yep.
Right. No stress at all on the leaves, and this only planted like 14 months back. I only have 6 fruits on it.
Yep.
The other thing I found with them is I have to water them regularly. They love water, but at the same time they like drainage. So a lot of people say they don't want water. Now they love water from me, and they like good drainage. Because when I visited one of the farms in the valley in Himalayas, they had the persimmon growing. It's actually in the valley. So they get the sun when the sun goes over the mountains. So that's already 11 o'clock, and after 3 or 4 the sun starts to set down behind the mountains. They get no sun. So essentially in those valleys
and
where
then,
they've been
and
growing,
then they have the drainage as well. There is no way the water will stay there.
So they have this slope, right? They have running water of the river or the rain. So they have water and the drainage and the sun only for few hours. So I just try to duplicate those scenario in this here, and I did the same, and I think it's liking it here.
Yeah, now even if we are standing here, it's much more colder.
Yes.
Like we are doing this video at afternoon.
Yes.
And it's colder.
So it's for it it's I think in 10-15 minutes it'll be in a shade. And I think this will do fine. So and this variety is gyro. So non-astringent. You can eat just like an apple. And this year, I'm happy that it has at least six fruits.
It's good. It's good. This is something I need to do as well. If I have any chance with persimmons, if I'm failing. Let's go to the front side. At the front, the other side again. Let's see what do we have here.
So this is the front of the property. Obviously, have to beautify a little bit. So the way I did it, I had the hedge on the front to give the screening to the house. And then I planted 6 standard rows. These are Popchon Paul, very highly fragrant white perfumed roses.
Okay.
And they seem to be probably the best fragrance, I think, for me in the white roses. Then on this corner, I got the Shahtut tree, which is Pakistani Shahtut mulberry.
White mulberry.
Yeah, I used to have a big tree here, but because of construction, it has to be taken out. But I managed to have
it's doing good.
A graft onto a wild mulberry rootstock, and I planted here last year. This is Jicoticaba. I think it's small leaf one. It fruited a few times, like not much, 6, 7, 8, 9.
How old is the tree?
6 years, 5 to 6 years. But it was damaged during the construction again. The plumbing was going through here, and significantly this area was damaged more than anything else in the planting on the corners. My kids love it. He had tasted, I never, but he said it's pretty good. This is a newly planted. Last year I planted Arctic Rose Nectarine.
Arctic Rose Nectarine, okay.
And we had 3 this year, and they were beautiful, sweet, superb flavor, smooth, juicy. I mean, like, oof, they were good.
Arctic Rose.
Arctic Rose. I used to have I used to have Gold Mine before on this same spot, which was damaged. It was great too. But I think this one is probably touch better than that.
Ah, okay, all right.
And I had an issue where I was thinking I planted the wrong plant, because Arctic rose, if you see the chill hours, it needs probably high chill hours.
Okay.
But this year it had many flowers and fruits, but I only kept 3, so it did fruited this year.
You want the tree to grow bigger?
I want to grow bigger,
Yeah.
but yeah.
All right. What do
And
we have
then
here?
I got this one. Is again, it's a dual peach. It's double.
Same rootstock, 2 peaches.
Yes,
Okay.
same rootstock. I grafted myself the second one. It's double jewel, which almost already finished the fruiting. You probably saw that video.
Yeah,
put
I
on
had
there,
it.
yeah?
Yep.
And then I got the bag is Spicezee.
Double jewel and Spicezee. Okay.
The good thing about these plums is they put a fantastic flower show when
Yeah.
in the spring. Especially
Pink flowers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially the double jewel. And then when the harvest period is extended, because the double jewel arrives in mid-December, and the Spicezee goes to end of January.
Ah.
So that gives you an extension
Because
of the
my stone
harvest.
fruits are finished. I had 2 or 3 trees and they are finished.
Okay,
so
no, so they gave the extension to that. So in this corner, I planted this
mangoes.
mango. This is honey gold seedling,
Okay.
given by my friend Edward.
Mm-hmm.
So I planted it last year in December. Seems to be loving this hot spot here.
Yep.
And then on the back, I have this
Massive mango in a pot.
It's a 150 liter pot, Kensington Pride.
Mm-hmm.
This tree is close to 15 years old. Yeah, it's one of my first trees which I have emotional values. Although in a pot it's not productive.
Why not put it in the ground?
I tried it, but then in order to put that big root ball into a ground,
Yeah.
I need some heavy machinery to do it,
Yeah.
and I just didn't have.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm just keeping in a pot. I'm using it for different reasons. I practice a lot of my grafts onto it.
Ah.
Right, just hit and miss and see, and then we use the leaves, mango leaves, for religious purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the
You
reasons I
can
have
get
in
it
a
from-
pot is all year I have a
Yeah.
supply of the leaves that I
that's
need,
All right.
and
that's
then
great.
that's it.
Yep, that's great. So Sandeep, I didn't ask you, but what do you do for irrigation?
So I have a drip irrigation system
I can see
installed.
the- yep.
So I installed it myself
Mm-hmm.
on automatic timer. So I use the drip irrigation system because, no matter how gardening, I love gardening. Humans are lazy,
Yeah.
especially in watering.
Yep.
Right. So I actually have a timer on for summers every second day, or depending on the heat. But yeah, this is all connected. Everything is connected to drip irrigation system, the whole house.
So on summers, for example, how long are you running for?
So for summers, for like now we have this constantly 35 plus. Every day I had it run for 1 hour.
1 hour. In the
But
morning?
bear in mind, everything is connected through one line. So when I calculated, every tree is getting only 3 to 4 liters a day.
Ah.
So it's not much. The other thing is the key is the mulch. So if you see around, I have put like this thick of mulch. Probably mulch do a longer way than the watering because it keeps the moisture and the good bacteria and worms inside cooler.
And what do you do for fertilizer?
For fertilizer, I mainly rely on compost. I do use some organic fertilizers. From Bunnings, I take Nutrake, for example. And then there's other fertilizer that I use is there's a soluble fertilizers which is for flowers and fruits.
High in potash?
High in potassium, correct. I have used one fertilizer that's was high in potassium. What was the name? Some nitrate, I forgot the name. But yeah, it was. I usually use that one in the autumn for the fruit trees. But on a regular fertilizer regime, I only use the pelletized manure ones.
Yeah, the dynamic lifter or neutral, those kind of things.
So those ones, and a rule of thumb for me, season changes, I put fertilizer. But compost, because 2 compost bin at the back, compost still the key, which I usually use for vegetables, the one I use, and then the rest goes as top dressing wherever applicable.
So you do a lot of grafting, you sometimes sell the trees as well, and how, if someone needs to keep up to date with you, what you're doing, do you have a Facebook page? Do you have, you know, something else? How do people contact you?
So look, I do have a page on Facebook. It's called Australian Seed Alliance, one word. I've been helping community since 2015-16. I used to run free classes as well. This is pre-COVID. For the community, to anyone who wants to know how to grow food. Like I used to give away the plants as well. Also, I did a project with Museum of Contemporary Arts, the Rocks, on the plant library, and they organized a workshop in my house when the house was old, where the member of the community came, and we went through several topics on how to grow your own food in the backyard. So yes, I do have a page where people can contact me.
Okay.
It's called Australian Seed Alliance, one word, and I'm mostly available on that one.
Australian
Seed Alliance, one
Seed
word.
Alliance,
Seed
okay.
Alliance.
Australian Seed Alliance.
AUSTRLAINSEEDALLIANCE. It's one word. Well, you can recognize it with the sunflower picture as a profile picture.
Yep.
But yeah, look, I feel the growing thing is very necessary for the generations to come.
Yep.
And people should know where the food comes from and how to grow them.
Instead of spending time on the screens, maybe go out, you know,
especially the kids.
touch the grass.
Yeah, especially the kids, and get your hand dirty. It's now look, probably the most therapeutic thing in the life is to get hand dirty in the dirt.
Yes.
So that's probably is my mantra, that, you know, everyone should come out of the house and start digging.
All right, Sandeep, thank you so much. That was great.
No, thanks Bilal for giving this opportunity, and
no worries.
I hope everyone have learned anything from what I just said today.
And if they have anything to share, please share in the comments, and I'll obviously share Sandeep's Facebook page on the screen.
Yeah.
So until next time, Sandeep, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bilal.